Hi everyone, welcome back to Mission 1820 and this week's episode of Have You Ever Wondered? If you're just joining us, we've been in a series called Books of the Bible. And what we've been doing over the weeks is we've been giving introductions into each book of the Bible in just 5 minutes or less. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this week's book. This week we're in the book of 1 Timothy, which is an epistle that was written by the Apostle Paul between AD 62 and AD 64, quite possibly while he was in Macedonia after his first Roman imprisonment. Now, the early church was facing internal as well as external challenges, specifically false teachings and the need for organizational structure. So Paul wrote this letter to instruct Timothy, who is his protege as well as a young pastor, on how to lead the church effectively. The letter to Timothy addresses false teachings, church order qualifications for leaders, as well as pastoral care, all with the aim of ensuring that the church remains faithful to the gospel. Now, Timothy may have been converted under Paul's ministry because Paul refers to Timothy so lovingly when he calls him beloved and faithful son in the Lord in 1 Corinthians. And because Timothy played a prominent role in the remainder of Paul's second missionary journey. Now, as for the book, let's just take a moment and then outline the book a little bit. The book has 6 chapters, and it breaks down like this. Chapter 1 is Paul's charge for concerning doctrine. Chapter 2 and 3 are Paul's charge concerning public worship. Then chapter 4 is Paul's charge concerning false teachers. Chapter 5, we have Paul's charge concerning church discipline. And then finally in chapter 6, we have Paul's charge concerning pastoral motives. Let's also just take a look at some of the key people and the key places in the book. As for the key people, you're going to read about Paul and Timothy. You'll read about Hymenaeus as well as Alexander. And for the key places, you have Ephesus. This was a major city in the Roman province of Asia, which we now know as Turkey. And then we have Macedonia, which was a region in the northern part of ancient Greece. 1 Timothy presents the most explicit and complete instructions for church leadership and organization that's found anywhere in the entire Bible, which includes sections on appropriate conduct and worship gatherings, the qualifications of the elders and the deacons, as well as the proper order of church discipline. See, Paul advised Timothy on these practical matters in a way that would have helped the young pastor to emphasize the purity that should characterize Christian leaders and the gatherings that they oversee. But no doubt that young Timothy's youth certainly served him well because of the energy and the stamina that he did need to serve his people. So how do we apply this book to our lives? Can it even be applied? Well, we apply this book by asking this question. How do our own church leaders implement Paul's exhortations? You see, the leaders of our churches fill important roles as they participate in encouraging the spiritual growth of Christians under their care. And we know the significance of these men in our churches as well as in our personal lives. But 1 Timothy helps us to gain a clearer understanding of the proper qualifications and roles for our own church leaders. And as you look at your own church, or even if you are searching for a new one, look for an emphasis on sound doctrine. Look for purity within the leader's own personal lives. And see if they are living out the Christian faith by example. So with that, I hope this introduction will help get you started in the book of 1 Timothy. So God bless, and thanks for watching.